Welcome to Being Revealed with Stephanie and Alex. I'm Stephanie Cunningham.
I'm Alex Holtzapfel.
We started this podcast to talk about the journey of personal and spiritual growth, ours and others. Thanks for joining us as we figure things out together.
Welcome back.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 12.
We were just talking about the number of episodes, and I said, oh yeah, we put season 1 episode whatever when I'm setting up each one. And I was thinking, well, how many episodes should we have in a season?
I mean, I was thinking like a year, but I don't know. Yeah. We're still
could be whatever
new.
we want.
Yeah. Could be 2 episodes in a season.
That's right.
We're on season 6.
We are. We're on season 6. That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, what are we going to talk about in episode 12?
You had mentioned inner peace, which is a good one.
Yeah.
It's a hard one.
It is. Inner peace. And to be honest, I was inspired by Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah. We seen Kung Fu Panda 4 last night. And the one scene, I don't know the character. You've seen them all. It's like really
Master Shifu.
Shifu, he's a red panda.
He's
was meditating and he just kept saying inner peace, inner peace.
He's doing a little TM, inner peace.
Peace. It's like, and I was thinking to myself, it's like that's actually a good thing to meditate on. I guess when I thought about meditating, you try to be quiet, but if you're really trying to manifest something, you need that. It's kind of like positive reinforcement, or the more you mention something, the more it clicks. So,
yeah, kind of like having a mantra.
Yeah.
So I think with TM.
What's TM?
TM is Transcendental Meditation. And I don't know a ton about it, but I think it involves having a mantra that you repeat over and over.
And that, I think that's effective. Like, it's the same thing as telling yourself something negative all the time. Eventually, you start to believe it, or it starts to bring down your energy. So, yeah. If you want inner peace, I guess, meditate on it.
That's right.
Tell yourself you
want it. So, thinking about inner peace, telling yourself that you want it, what does inner peace even mean? I'm asking you that. What does inner peace mean to you?
Well, to me, I feel like it sounds impossible, but just being okay with everything, being okay with yourself, your surroundings, your place in life, your situation, just, and that doesn't mean that it's like not chaotic or there's not stuff going on, but you're at peace with it, or you accept it, you're okay with it, it's not stressing you out, you're not worrying about it. But that doesn't mean that you still don't have obstacles. I think if you can achieve that and be at peace with it, then you can take on those obstacles in a better manner.
Yeah, from what you're saying, it sounds like you're saying being the calm in the storm, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that makes perfect sense, really. And when you brought up, maybe we should talk about this, it appealed to me because there's been a lot of stuff in my life dealing with, like, I don't know if it's menopause or if it's midlife crisis or midlife anxiety, but all of a sudden after my surgery, this surgence of like panic and impending doom and anxiety just all like appeared, so that's why it's, I thought this is a good thing to talk about, because I feel like trying to practice calming yourself down and achieving that inner peace, can help. Yeah.
Yeah. Saying that, would you say you felt inner peace before you had, or maybe not right before, but maybe right before, but at different times in your life, and then this is popping up again? Because I feel like it's an ongoing thing for inner peace. That's why I asked.
Yeah, and there's been periods of being like calm and at, okay with things, but it's probably not been consistent. And I've always been kind of like, I don't know if neurotic's the word, but worrisome and just like overanalyze, and so I've always had that. But it's never been the stuff that popped up after my surgery was like really intense.
Yeah.
So, but it's kind of funny because a traveler at work said to me like, how are you so calm? Like how do you just act like nothing bugs you? And I'm sitting here thinking like, well, you don't really know what's going on the inside. Like it might appear on the outside that I'm just like laid back and easygoing, but on the inside, like my wheels are turning and I'm constantly worrying and thinking about stuff. And
you're like a duck on water. Your legs are going underneath, but nobody can see it. You're just gliding.
That's a good analogy. Yeah. So I think I do, people will probably see me and, he's laid back, easy going, nothing seems to bug him. But, and inside is like, you think about like an atom in a mall, it's always like moving.
Spinning,
yeah. But,
vibrating.
And I think since I started dealing with this increased anxiety and whatever it is, I think I've kind of learned to take action and try to like do something or help myself to like control it or rid myself of it with like we were talking about, repeating stuff over and over again, or learning to tell myself like this is fear-based, there's no truth to it. So, but that's why I thought this was a pretty good topic.
Yeah.
So what's it mean to you, inner peace?
Inner peace, to me, I really like what you said, and that resonates a lot. Additionally, inner peace means, to me, calmness from a physical perspective. I think back to different times in my life when I did not feel inner peace, and part of that feeling was an intense feeling either in my chest or in my throat. Like I was feeling physically uncomfortable and uncertain and not at peace.
Yeah.
So I know more now what that was and why I felt it, but there were things that I was not at peace with. I was not connected to myself, my source, others, in a way that was appropriate for me. When I got to the point where I could access, or at least begin to access, that inner peace, all of that intensity in my body fell away. So not only was it kind of like a mindset, right, where kind of what you were talking about, like that mindset of, you can get through everything is okay. It's accepting what's going on in your life and moving through it consciously, right? Not subconsciously or unconsciously, moving through it consciously, but also it was a feeling in my body that just released.
Yeah. Well, it's like detachment. Maybe.
Well, I think part of that being the calm in the storm, or having that acceptance or that surrender of what's happening or going to happen. I think that part of that's detachment.
Yeah.
And perhaps that is what assisted with the release.
Yeah, letting go.
Yeah. I'm not exactly sure, but I know that I felt those feelings in the past and I don't feel them now.
And maybe, the stuff that's been going on with me, maybe there's something that I need to let go of that I'm not aware of yet, or, but, and who knows, it can be stuff that's like kind of built up that I haven't really dealt with, or major changes. Let's face it, anxiety usually comes with a lot of changes or some kind of change or fear. So maybe there's all kinds of stuff that have changed. And it doesn't have to be necessarily like recently, but there was been a lot of changes the past 2 or 3 years. So coming to terms with that and at peace with that. And even though that makes it sound like it's something that bugs me, which doesn't necessarily mean that, but when you worry about every little thing, those little worries are going to end up becoming a big worry.
Right, so, a big ball of worry.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. When I was mentioning the other day too, I don't think that I'm good at recognizing when I'm stressed.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is really interesting because I'll feel pretty good mentally and at peace and like lovingly detached is what I like to say. So it's not like you're detached and you don't care. It's like you care, but you're also trying to stay in that space of acceptance, surrender, understanding that you don't need to be attached to your feelings or be attached to situations. But then at the same time, I think my body takes on and holds all that stress. Kind of what you were talking about, how the duck, there's that duck and, you feel like, oh, everybody thinks I'm really chill on the outside. But on the inside, like I'm stirring. I don't always feel that stirring, but it's there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes sense that it's there, but you don't really notice it.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to talk about like detachment and peace. And, and that's one of the things that I kind of learned maybe when I first got sober, politics or the state of the world. Like it's so easy to get caught up in that stuff. And then it like rents space in your head or uses your emotion. Then you take that on. And it's the same thing with like other people too. Like, depending on, it's not really thickness of skin, but not everybody can take on other people's emotions.
Right.
So you have to be careful about that too. And I think that was one of the things with like sponsoring people in the rooms is that I could easily carry their mess. Like I would take on their burdens and their emotions. So I kind of learned that, and I liked sponsoring, but I had to be very careful not to take on all their pain and their emotions.
Right.
So I don't know, maybe if you would consider that sensitive or maybe just too empathetic, but yeah, if you're not able to stay detached a little bit, then you're adding other people's emotions onto the emotions you already have, or all the worry, all the stuff that's going on in the world right now. You can really like just carry it all, and then that's a mess too. So I think some form of detachment is good for inner peace. Either that or having a way to release it. If you take it on, you have to have a way to get rid of it. Whether it be, I don't know, Reiki, meditation, stuff like that.
Yeah, exercise, walking in nature, creating art.
Yeah.
Just being mindful of what you're doing in this present moment, kind of snaps you back into that present moment. It is hard. And, there are so many things that are, like you mentioned, so many things that are going on in the world today that you want to stop or fix or address in some way. And while it's positive that you want to help, it can be very overwhelming.
Volatile to yourself, yeah.
Yeah, it can, to say, boy, there's so many things that I want to do, but I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do it. And then it can just be very overwhelming. So, I wouldn't want to tell somebody to not take action in a way that they wanted to take action. I would say sit with yourself, and whether it be in meditation or whatever else, to kind of calm your body and to calm your nervous system and take action from that place.
Yeah. Could
be more intentional.
Yeah. I mean, our society, we have so much information thrown at us, and regardless of what end of the spectrum you are with the politics or whatever, how many people on both sides get fed tons of information to where they're so emotional, and then they take it out on their loved ones, and that's not doing anything productive with how you feel. Like you said, it's trying not to get worked up over that stuff, because it's so easy to get upset with things you don't agree with or things you see happening. But then a lot of times all people do is they just make it harder on the people around them.
Right.
So that's not, Yeah. And that's, that's far from inner peace.
It is far from inner peace. And, one of the things we wanted to talk about is, what does inner peace look like? Well, we know it doesn't look like that.
No.
So from that that perspective, what do you think inner peace looks like from, were we talking like inner peace? What does it look like from the outside?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just sitting here thinking about it, I was thinking of like wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think when you have inner peace and you're the calm in the storm, I think situations that come up, I think that person just processes it differently, looks at it differently, and can provide an answer or a solution, or you know what I'm saying? Like, it just seems like those people have wisdom, and they troubleshoot well.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the things with inner peace, because I think you can see things more clearly, because you're not like worked up, or you're not emotional, or you're not stressing out, or you don't have selfish motives. I think when you have that inner peace, you can see things for what they are and all sides of things, and kind of, be analytical in a sense.
Yeah. And that reminds me of something that, in Buddhism, they say that suffering is the result of attachment. Right? So when we're thinking about, there's suffering, we want peace, right? So releasing attachment to, those strong feelings that we have. It could be releasing attachment to belief systems, releasing attachment to relationships, releasing attachment to the way we think things need to be.
Wants and desires,
yes. So that doesn't mean that you don't invite those things into your life, but just the holding on so tightly to those things and being so fearful of losing them.
Yeah.
Right.
Or trying to continually feed them.
Right. Or, oh, yeah, that's good. Yeah. Trying to continually feed them, rather than just kind of, thinking of things as like a bird in a cage, just leaving the door open. If it flies away, if it feels free, it'll come back. You know what I mean? Rather than if the cage is locked, as soon as it gets out, it's going to run.
Yeah.
And
you kind of keeping it captive.
Right, keeping it captive.
Yeah, you're keeping it there. You're keeping it what it is. So.
Right. Want to hold on to that experience.
Yeah.
So, as far as what it looks like, what inner peace looks like, I love what you said. Having that feeling of surrender, of just love, just love for love's sake, right? And I love you, and I'm not going to make you, stay in this house and never leave because I don't want anything to happen to you, and I don't want you to leave, and I don't want you to, talk to anybody else, and that's
you're mine.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that love?
And that's not. No, no. Having that feeling of inner peace and just being open and free.
Yeah, and there's, that doesn't just mean that you're carefree and either, and,
right.
It's all about balance.
Sure, everybody makes choices.
Not just walking around like, I don't care about anything. I think it's being observant, but not being emotionally affected. In a sense. Or maybe being emotionally attached. I mean, you think of like monks or something, they show no emotion or anything, which, I don't know if I would necessarily want to be that either. Right. I don't want to be like, look like seem like a robot, but they do. They are probably
detached from everything.
Yeah, they can supposedly light themselves on fire and not feel anything. So. Yeah,
that's, I feel like I'm not there.
No, well, I'm thinking, would you want to be there?
No, not really.
I mean, I hope you don't go lighting yourself on fire unless you're, like, cooking. But I don't want that either.
If I'm cooking, it's okay to light myself on fire.
As long as you make something good. All of this it's a goal, and it's something to strive for, but do I want to be a monk? No, I don't want to. I still want to feel, but I don't want to be controlled by my emotions. I don't want to be controlled by the world around me.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be able to, be okay with who I am and, what's going on around me. But I noticed lately that, like, in our society, the use of our phones and how much we just keep looking at social media for information. And when we're bored, it's like hard for us to just be okay with not, with just sitting there. And I'm guilty of that too. Like, I'll wake up in the morning and I'll check my socials, and then like 2 minutes later I'm checking them again and nothing's changed. So I'm just so used to like looking at my phone to keep me busy or to keep my mind active. And it's really not it's just not a good practice.
I find myself doing that too, and I do that a lot with emails. So it's like I want somebody to tell me what to do. Does that make sense? It's like I want something to take action on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of the pull that I sometimes get when I'm in that loop, or in that pattern. It's like, do I have to do something now, or did somebody need something from me? Or, that's kind of the feeling that I am getting.
Or sometimes it's kind of like you're looking at all that stuff for fulfillment,
Yeah.
You hear the bells go off when you get a notification or you post something and you get reactions. And then even when you haven't posted something, you're still looking for those apps or the socials to like give you some kind of fulfillment.
Yeah.
And really that's really never going to make you happy. So it's almost like we can easily replace our devices and all the information out there. We can use that rather than trying to be happy within. We're looking externally, and it's never really going to make us happy.
No, there's nothing external that can really give us the feeling that we're looking for. It may give us to us in the moment.
Yeah.
But what we're striving for, that contentment, that inner peace, that sense of peace and that sense of fulfillment or purpose, that all comes from within.
Yeah.
And then what we do externally is a representation or an expression of it.
That makes sense. Yeah. It's about learning to be okay with, that's my biggest thing, learning to be okay with where I am in the moment. It's like, okay, I'm sitting here, I'm drinking my coffee. I need to find something to entertain me. It's like, well, I don't necessarily, I can be okay sitting here and quiet and just like.
Without Screamy Screamerson on the TV?
Without ESPN. But when you got the 11-year-old and the 1-year-old puppy and then you all zooming around me, that's I might have to
talk about the calm in the storm.
I might have to find my inner peace elsewhere. Like, when it warms up, I can go like take a walk or something. Right. Walk around the park.
That's funny, and that reminds me of Master Shifu. Going back to that, I'm sitting there trying to find inner peace, and there's all this stuff around him, and his like ears shaking and his eyes shaking. He's like, "Rah!" He's not finding inner peace.
And then they all just like burst,
right?
And then he goes back to it. Yeah. I guess I would like go find the loudest place possible, the noisiest place, the most chaotic place, and try to meditate. Do you think?
There you go.
That would be
any restaurant that you go to
with loud music.
Yes, they all have loud music.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why my ears have been so sensitive lately. My higher self is trying to teach me to have inner peace no matter where I go, including really loud restaurants.
There you go. We'll have to sit right under the speaker and scream at each other.
That sounds very peaceful.
So what else does inner peace look like, or what?
I think it
do
also...
you think the result, like why would you want to...
Honestly, I think really inner peace just comes down to loving yourself. And when you love yourself, you're comfortable with yourself.
Yeah.
You're not trying to be something else. You're not trying to reach for something else. You don't
Mm-hmm.
need anything else.
Yeah.
You just feel comfortable.
That's a good one.
Self-love, non-judgment,
Mm-hmm.
accepting yourself, forgiving yourself.
Yeah.
I think that's what inner peace really is.
The thing that, probably the last thing that I think is good is how you react to other people.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a big one.
Yeah.
I feel like you said, if you're okay with yourself and you feel good, you're going to react better.
Yeah.
You're not going to be as irritable or lash out. You're going to know how to handle the things that bug you without
Mm-hmm.
being a complete asshole.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It all is a process. I mean, I think we've all felt those feelings of inner peace in the past, but that may not mean that we're going to have it consistently every day and every
No.
moment.
No, it's all a work in progress.
Yeah.
So,
But if we can strive to love ourselves and take care of ourselves and feel good internally, it is going to show in other ways, like you were saying.
yeah, and I think it's work. It's not just hoping a flip switches. I think you do need to
Yeah.
have that mantra when you feel like you're getting stressed,
Mm-hmm.
or you don't feel calm.
Mhm.
Whether it be inner peace, saying inner peace over again, or calm,
Mm-hmm.
or
Everything is okay.
yeah. I think it does take those things to really change, to change
Yeah.
and to achieve that.
And you can also get drama drops
Yeah.
to support you in the moment.
Get
Box rescue remedy.
medicinal stuff. Get some edibles.
There you go.
That inner peace only lasts.
Yeah,
It could turn into inner paranoia.
Oh,
too.
yeah, for sure. For me, it would turn into inner paranoia. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
So, to the listeners, what does inner peace look like and sound like and feel like
Yeah.
to you?
Or how have you achieved it? Or, and it doesn't, how have you experienced or gotten yourself to that point?
Yeah.
It's good to have that feedback.
Yeah. What does it mean to you?
Mm-hmm. Well, we hope to hear from you
Yeah.
on the Q&As or see you on Stephanie's social.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And if you want to talk more about this, if you want to have more conversations like this, check out the Seekers Discovery Circle. You can find access to that on revelationu.com, revelation.com. It's a great membership where we talk about all this stuff. Inner peace, energy management, awareness, love, I don't know, so many different things.
People supporting each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So check that out.
All right.
All right. We'll see you next time.
See you later.